Well, this is going to be a very informative, scientific, and important video because aside from our community, I don't think there's a lot of people who know what electronic gaming is, ironically enough. So, what is this video going to be about? Basically, the history of electronic gaming, how I feel about where it is now, and how it's evolved. And we have to start with literally the very first electronic game ever created. Now, as I've stated, mine is a reprint. It's a 86, not a 78, but the original did come out in 78, so pardon this. This is Simon. Something that pretty much anyone would recognize immediately. Now, the thing with Simon is that it's actually based on... It was influenced by an Atari arcade cabinet from 1974 called Touch Me. The inventor of Simon, Ralph H. Baer, and before I continue, rest in peace, Ralph Baer. You are still very much missed by electronic gamers and people alike. You were a very influential person. Thank you for leaving behind such an amazing legacy. But this is Simon. This is the closest to an original Simon as I can get, and I will explain why that is. Also, this is not this is not the original layout. This is the traditional layout: green, red, yellow, blue. But that was not the original layout. This is also not the original logo. You see it a lot now, but that was not the original logo, and we'll be getting to that in a little bit. I'm going to play it on game 1, on level 1. If I fail on purpose, then I fail on purpose. Very odd pattern, aren't you, Simon? Okay, very odd pattern you're giving me today. So, yeah. And this is, again, a really awesome game that still holds up today. Like, it is just really, really awesome. Also, this is the one that runs on 2D batteries and 9 volts. I think the D's power the actual computer, and the lights are for, like, and the 9 volt are for the lights. It's either that or the other way around. But, let me put that back. Because, and this is actually the oldest one I own. Roughly 1 year later, we got the Super Simon. Super Simon is very interesting in concept and in execution. Like, at first, when I heard about this one, I was like, oh, is it just multiplayer? No, you can play it on yourself all you want. It's also worth knowing that mine is somewhat of a factory error, because that's supposed to power it on, but that's for the speed. And that's supposed to be the speed, but it powers on. It's very, very strange. This is also the first, and I do believe only Simon, to have 8 buttons for, like, the interface. Because there's doubles, there's 2 yellows, there's 2 greens, there's 2 blues, there's 2 reds. It's a very interesting beast. I don't hate it. It also runs on 2 D batteries and a 9 volt. I wasn't expecting to be, like, this experimental, to put it simply. It's very, very fun. Also, this is this was the traditional Simon logo that we see nowadays. Although we haven't seen a reprint of Super Simon And no, before people correct me in the comments, Super Simon 2003, despite having the name Super Simon, is not the same thing. It is just a coincidence. That thing has 6 face buttons, not 8. Enough yammering though. Let me get on to like actually playing the game. Yeah. Oh well. This is super speed, by the way. Now if I can adjust the speed, this will be, I believe it'll be simple. Ah. That was on purpose. I believe this is slow. Now what I love about Super Simon, it's the only one where you can manually adjust the pitch and the speed, as you saw. That's pretty cool. It's not a bad idea. I love it. It's a pretty good game. And 1 year after this game came Pocket Simon. Let me go and get my Pocket Simon. Put Super Simon back real quick. Here's an example of the original layout that we saw for the original Simon, the circular Simon. In the form of Pocket Simon. Mine's also knowable for being, not reprint, a first printing. That's the original Simon logo. And that is the original layout. Green, blue, or no, red, blue, green, yellow. That was the original layout. This one operates on 2 AA's and a 9-volt. Oh. Stupid stand on my iPad. It's being stupid. Let me fix that because that was just like really stupid. Quite sorry about that. Anyway, Pocket Simon. Pocket Simon is what it sounds like. It's a portable version of Simon. I'm gonna play a little bit. It also does not loop like the Super did. The audio files, at least, no, the sine waves. Oh no, square waves. My bad. It's literally just a Pocket Simon, and that's a really cool thing. I'm not going to show it because it is in my drawer right now, but for those who saw my Simon retrospective playlist thing, there is a 90s one, which is the properly adjusted version, has a translucent casing, the buttons are more textured, they have like those bumps on them. You'll see that a lot as well, by the way, on a few Simon games, not in this video because I'm not digging up all this stuff. But what's next? Oh yes! Another really famous game. Very, very famous in our community. Bop It. Odd history with this one. Should I get the odd history or the facts out of the way? The odd history. This originally started as something called the Channel Bopper, which I can't find images of the thing anywhere. and that is kind of annoying. But it was going like this remote control thing. It actually got a release, but finding one is a nightmare. Like, I think you would go this way to change the channel downward, this way to change the channel upward, and like bop in the center. It was like a hammer-shaped thing, almost like one of those squeaky hammers you'd see like a toddler play with. It was pretty cool. There was also a pizza slice-shaped remote control thing. And I believe Dan Klitzner, the inventor of Bop It, had plans for something called the couch potato, which would be a similar thing. I'm getting sidetracked. Bop It facts, like for the original at least. The original Bop It, of which mine is a 2000, which has a better pace. The original Bop It, I believe, no matter which version of the original Bop It you're playing, has very, very low RAM space. Each sound file, literally every single one, is literally 6 seconds long. And this game originally came out in 1996. Even the "ow" scream you hear when you fail, you'll hear that in the Metal Slug series. I bring that up because Metal Slug, the first one, came out, guess what, in 1996. That's gotta be more than a coincidence. It's actually kind of funny. There are, if I have to include the O2 remake redesign, I will. There's 96, which has very slow pacing. 98 and 99 are better paced. I believe all three of those go up to 100. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And 2000s are paced a lot more better, and those go up to 200. Anything else I'm missing? Pass It almost didn't make the cut in the final release of the original Bop It, believe it or not. What didn't make the cut was Beat Bop Solo, and I will get to what that featured in a little bit. But for those who are newcomers to Bop It, Bop is literally slang for hit, so you hit the button. Then there's Twist It, which is a crank, and Pull It, which is a lever. I'm not going to do a full run, as that'd be ridiculous, and that'd take up everyone's time. I mean, this video already is taking up people's time, but I'm trying to be as informative as I possibly can, not boring. The speaker is very loud on the original. Do a little bit of gameplay.
Twist it. Bop it. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Twist it. Bop it. Pull it. Bop it. Twist it. Twist it. Bop it. Pull it. Pull it. Pull it.
That was my fault, but I don't really care, because I want to save time. 14 points. What's next? Oh yes! The Bop It Extreme is next! Bop It Extreme is probably one of the fan favorites. And has two versions, well, yes, kind of, and no. I believe the first one was Parker Brothers, that's the 98 version. And I believe the other one was Milton Bradley. I wouldn't be able to tell, like, looking at this thing aesthetically. Also, because it's a joke, gonna get this out of the way. Flick It looks like a green crinkle-cut french fry. And now that I can't see it, you can't unsee it either. The voice has been revealed for the Bop It Extreme. His name is Scott Parkin. And that leads me to another fun fact. Him and Dan never actually worked together when working on the Extreme. I believe Scott had actually said that he was working, he knew the Bop It Extreme existed or something like that, but him and Dan Klitzner, literally just met, like, recently. So that's pretty cool. Extreme is very, 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 very loud, even louder than the Bop It, the one I just showed you. So if you have sensitive ears like I do, so that's the reason why I don't play the Extreme that much, you're going to want to turn down your volume. That's for everyone watching this video. Turn down your volume at least a little bit. The Extreme is very, very loud.
Beat Bop, solo. Box Bop. Beat Bop, Box Bop, solo.
I'm going to do, again, just a little bit of gameplay. Not like a full run.
Spin it. Pull it. Flick it. Flick it. Pull it.
9 points. Yeah. You heard how it said Beat Bop Solo? I think I touched upon this just like not even like a few seconds ago, but I have to repeat myself because I forget a lot of things. Beat Bop Solo was highly requested during the original Bop It's development. That's the logical reason why it does not exist. Hopefully this is in chronological order. I should have this right. Yes, you are next. And everyone pretty much associates me with this game because why not? It's kind of like an in-universe joke on my channel. Mainly because of my own joke, how I was afraid of this thing as a kid, and I still have no idea why. Tickle Toes! This game has a circa of 2002 in its manual, but on the back, I'm going to try and show it as best as I possibly can. I think it says 2001. The concept sounds bizarre as frick, but it actually works. You tickle the toes, they light up, and you press them. It has 2 game modes. Laugh Riot, which is the main mode, which is pattern-based. It's always fixed. And Runaway Chuckles, which is where it'll go do all around the board, and one toe lights up and you have to press it. It does get very, very fast, especially Laugh Riot, where frames just become non-existent. And in case you're wondering why I'm saying frames, like, basically windows of opportunity to react, that's usually a video game term, like, say, invincibility frames or whatever. But no, it can apply to electronic games as well. I'm not going to do a full Laugh Riot run because, you know, it's a literal nightmare. It gets really, really fast. I'll just do a little bit. Runaway Chuckles, I've never done a full run of either because it's just annoying because it's always RNG. And I touched upon what RNG is, so I don't have to go into that again. But here we go. Very goofy game, by the way.
Tickle Toes has game times too. Tickle my toe and I'll play with you. I've got Laugh Riot and Runaway Chuckle. Laugh Riot is really great. Tickle my toe before it's too late.
It is going to shake when I mess up, so
Ready?
Be warned. I'm gonna at least try and get it to go to the first speed, where the lights just straight become, like, almost non-existent. It's a very goofy game. I can already hear the music speeding up, so the lights are probably gonna speed up soon.
You got 27 tickles. You beat the high score. You're the best of the best. My poor toes need a rest.
So shake.
Laugh Riot, Runaway Chuckle.
I totally would do Runaway Chuckles, but at the same time, I don't want to because it takes forever. And it will troll you. Or as the community says, it will cheat you. It will. It definitely will. Ignoring Bop It 2002, because that's just a redesign of the original. But I can say this. Bop It 2002 actually erroneously had its speaker, not the speaker grill, but the actual internal speaker, flipped upside down. That's why the audio quality is kind of quiet. And let me just get this out of the way right here because I don't really care if I get what's called John Wicked, in which people metaphorically point guns at you from all directions for stating like an unpopular opinion. But we do have to get this out of the way, and I do have the same opinion on another electronic game later on in this video. The Bop It Extreme 2, here we go, is very, very overrated. Like, before people John Wick me in the slightest, by the way, I don't hate the Extreme 2. I love the Extreme 2. It's just, whenever, like, someone, like, who claims they're, like, a hardcore Bop It fan and not, like, a fan, like, and not part of our community, like, that's just saying, oh, I play Bop It all the time. That person also has just the Extreme 2. It does kind of annoy me But to go back to praising the thing, it added volume control via the spin it gear. It won a ton of awards as well. This is a UK variant, and it's probably one of my favorites because of the color scheme. It is beautiful to look at. It's a UK variant because normally there'd be like the dots, I believe, under or in front of the words flick it, spin it, twist it, pull it. No, UK variants on the basic and pink have the exclamation mark. My good buddy Battlelord Zero has the standard one that's from the UK. And if you're watching this, Battlelord Zero, awesome, because that thing is super hard to find. But, yeah. Another thing about the Extreme 2 is it's the very first Bop It to actually see an international release. That's another reason why I can respect it, because if it weren't for the Bop It Extreme 2's main popularity back in 2002, we wouldn't have, like, Bop It's release in other territories. So, there. I'm not going to be a hypocrite for the sake of a joke. I do still love this thing so much. It's also what the community dubs the easiest version of the Extreme formula, because it only speeds up after all four music genres have... after you go through all four music genres, which I'm not going to do that, but there are many, many people, even friends of mine in the electronic gaming community, who have done Extreme 2 full runs. I'll just do... I believe it changes after 16, and that's all I'm going to do. Also, I have to point this out because it's like a little bit of a joke. The flick it looks like a booger. I cannot unsee it, and I love that. That's so funny.
Box Bop, have it. Box Bop, one-on-one. Box Bop, solo.
My pink one is also very high-pitched. Here's the volume control, by the way.
Low, medium, high.
Also, this one has a headphone jack. For those who don't know, Dan was actually originally against the idea of having a headphone jack. Because it's a great... I can't remember his words verbatim. It's a great game and people should be able to hear it. I forget exactly what he said, but he was actually against it at the time. But it was a good idea on his part. I think it might have been his higher up, like his partner at Kid Group, who added this feature. Well, yeah, I'm going to do 16, which changes the music genre.
Bop it. Spin it. Pull it. Twist it. Pull it. Bop it. Pull it. Spin it. Bop it. Twist it. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Spin it. Bop it. Spin it. Pull it. Ow! That's not good. Score 16.
Also, that's another important thing about the Extreme 2. That was the first Bop It to speak your score, like, instead of giving ciphers. And also, on a related note, the Extreme 2, if it's the UK version or the one that we got over here, in the North American release, it's the same voice and it speaks in English, so that's pretty cool. There are foreign releases as well, and I hope I don't screw this up because I tend to screw up a lot of things during my research, which is why, and how I will say this to a lot of my friends, research is painful, nightmarish, but yeah, it's very rewarding. I believe the Extreme 2 has a French, Dutch, Italian, and the German release is erroneously known as Simon Challenge for some reason. The community doesn't know if it was communication issues. I don't think... No, it's not that I don't care. It's just I don't remember if Hasbro has a branch over in Germany. I'm actually not that knowledgeable. I'm knowledgeable on a few subject matters. A lot of them, but still. And in 2002, I forget if it was before or after the Extreme 2, but that's not the point, we got New Jam Guitar, which is notorious for having very, very bad build quality and a very, 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 very terrible audio chip. For those who don't know, this is my replacement. The neck part, the twisted part, stopped working entirely. This game also has a headphone jack. This game also has a few foreign releases as well. I believe in the UK it's called Bop It Guitar or something like that. And in Spain, I believe it's called Rocket. I can't remember if I have that reversed. I do not remember. I am so bad at just like certain things in general. Fun fact, New Jam, its guitar riffs and sounds that you'll hear during gameplay are actually authentic guitar sounds. I never would have thought that, but no, like if you look on the box of a New Jam, it's advertised appropriately. It has authentic guitar sounds. Also, whenever I play New Jam guitar, I feel like a regular Daniel Wayne Sermon or Johnny Atma. Because yes. Also, it's a little secret, but it's known to most of the community, but for newcomers, I'm going to say it anyway. If you twist the neck and slide down,
Lights out.
you get lights out, which is the basic game, but with no lights shown. If you slide it this way,
Double time.
you get double time, which is basically the main game, but it's very, 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 very fast. I'm going to turn the game off and restart. Hopefully I can actually play this one, because the game is quite long. Not like how long it takes to play, but just like how long it actually is. But before I do that, you can actually see a glitter effect. Most people actually don't point that out, surprisingly enough. I believe that was 5 or 10 points. What came next? No, seriously, I'm trying to remember what came next. Frick. I'm going to skip, like, a majority of the things I have, because, put it this way, if I reviewed, or no, if I talked about every single game that I own, I'd be boring you all to death, and that'd be my fault, so frick me. Fast forward to, I believe it's either 2008 or 2009, Bop It saw a reboot, and arguably one of the most popular reboots, and this is where I'm probably going to get John Wicked. Again. The Bop It shout, as much as I love it to death, much like I love the Bop It Extreme 2, it's overrated. Like, really overrated. But again, like the Extreme 2, I don't hate it. I never hated it. The shout actually, what was I about to say? The shout actually has a lot of modern features that modern Bop It games in general have. Like, for example, it still has the volume control, which is via the twist it. The reason we call it the shout, there's a microphone right there for shout it. It shows up better on the clear edition, which apparently the clear edition is very, very rare. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but the Bop It button is so responsive. Like, listen to this. I don't know why I still love that sound. And there's Pull It. This one actually features levels. And the reason... The reason I skipped Blast and Download is mainly to save time. I mean, people already know what those two are. And I skipped the Bratz Bop It for a reason. We all know what that reason is. I thought I'd just, like, go straight to the reboot era. But, yeah. And the audio quality is really, really good. It's not excessively loud. It's just really, really high quality. Very crisp and clean audio quality. For something that came out in, I believe it was 2008 or 2009. I'm stalling. Let me just get this over with.
Solo blasting.
Very high quality audio.
I score 100. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Pull it. Twist it. Twist it. Oh! Focus.
What's really interesting about the Bop It Shout in general,
Bop it to start.
one thing is this. Hold on, let it do its thing.
I'm going to sleep.
That was not Dan Plitzner's idea. That was an idea by his partner at Kid Group. I believe he was focusing on making things more user-friendly and more accessible. I don't remember the words verbatim, but I do remember that was the reason why Bop It games, even the character ones, like they let you know when they're going to sleep. It actually does save battery power. What's next in chronological order? Bop It Smash, also known as one of the greatest, and yes, I do mean this, arcade games ever. You want to know why I'm saying it's an arcade game? If you look up Bop It arcade game prototype or whatever on Google, this is all we could find. There is conceptual artwork, not renders, of a Bop It Extreme themed arcade cabinet that never saw the light of day. So if you put that in context, this is literally an adaptation of that idea, to a T almost, except the gameplay is vastly different. Bop It Smash is a great spin-off, and yes, I had to say spin-off, because if you count the Bop It That Must Not Be Named, Bop It Smash, Bop It Tetris, and Bop It Beats, which that I can't play on camera because copyright sucks, those are spin-offs. But anyway, on to the actual game.
Solo. My score is 198. Level 1.
Yeah,
Yo!
timing was terrible.
Fantastic, my man.
Let me restart the run.
I'm going solo.
Thankfully you can reboot that.
My score is 198. Level 1.
Oh my god, doing this
Try
from
harder.
this far away is a nightmare.
I'm going to solo. My score is 198.
It's all in the perspective, it's a nightmare.
Level 1.
Ah.
Yo! Focus. I'm going
Can I
to
at least
sleep.
score like 1 point,
Solo.
please, game?
My score is 198.
It's the perspective that's
Level
ruining it
1.
for me. Okay.
So
Yeah,
wait.
greens are 1
1 point.
and blues are 5. There's a 5, so that's 6 points.
6 points.
All the other lights, all of those mean no. Oh, nice.
Ding, ding, ding. 11 points.
Nice.
Yup. 12 points. Bonus round.
Spam it as much as you want in the bonus round. I'm trying to get blue.
Bonus points. 22 points. I'm going to sleep.
Did that on purpose. Next up, I believe, is the Bop It Tetris, which actually it exists. Well, it exists because it's the best thing ever. It actually exists because it was advertised as the world's first fully interactive real-life Tetris game. I can imagine there's like a huge cult following for the Bop It Tetris from like hardcore Tetris fans in general. This one is kind of complicated. I will try my best to do this on camera. It's on low volume, hold on.
Blasting.
Let's try this.
The high score is 330.
Yeah, that's my high score right now.
Drop level. Life lost. Slam it to start.
Yeah, I give 4 lives instead of 3 on the Smash.
it to... Light
No.
lost. Switch.
I'm better at this off camera, trust me.
Light
Whatever.
lost.
That was terrible.
You're out.
That was a terrible
Your
run.
score is 29. That was epic. Slam it to start.
I can also auto shut off this one as well.
Tetris Marathon. I'm going to sleep.
Now, this part of this whole electronic gaming retrospective thing, I'm going to be as respectful as possible because this involves talking about someone who is unfortunately no longer with us. But I am going to be respectful in several different ways in spite of that. So, this is the Touch Simon. I'm not gonna call it Simon 2013. Yeah, can we please stop specifying reboots or remakes, whatever, by year, despite like having the same name? Can we please stop doing it? It's very, very tacky. Simon, the Touch Simon. It's debatable whether this started what we call the Klitzner era of Simon. And this is where I'm going to be respectful because, you know, he is no longer with us. But I can assume that Ralph Baer, like, he must have had met Dan Klitzner at one point. And to put it this way, like, the first time I played this, oh no, not this one, the Simon Swipe, which, yes, I'll be getting to right after this one, like, I could still, like, I automatically thought it was a Ralph Baer invention, but no. For those who don't know, Baer unfortunately passed away. It was either 2013 or 2014. Google is being stupid and doesn't give me specific information. And recently, this year, he got an award in honor of his legacy, which is another reason. Ralph Baer, you are still very much missed. You are very much remembered for the legacy you left behind. Thank you so very much for inventing the world's first electronic game. But back to this. This is the Touch Simon. It's very, very sleek. Especially compared to, well, the original Simon. You can already see a size difference. But Simon, the Touch Simon 2013, whatever, is very, very unique. Very retro. There's a little LCD stream right there, too, if I pointed it out in my review of the game. It's not buttons either, you just touch the panels. See? Did that on purpose, because this one is very, very slow. It doesn't speed up at all, which is kind of surprising. Love that thumbs up animation. It's going to turn off. It also has like a shut off animation. 2, 1, off. But yes, to further defend myself, this is not my original Simon Swipe. Very dusty. This is not my original Simon Swipe. This is a replacement. But why did I bring that up immediately before reviewing or talking about the Touch? Because this is going to be really deep and very respectful. But I always thought it was a Ralph Baer invention. And despite the fact that it's not, and that the man is unfortunately no longer with us, in a way, he's tapping into that magic wherever he is now. He is very much missed. Oh my god. Very, very sad to hear that he is gone, but in a way, he's tapping into that magic wherever he is now. Simon Swipe let's get this out of the way. Looks like a steering wheel. It's hilarious. This is another Simon game that utilizes touchscreen technology. Although, I don't know if it's going to show up. I think I may have brought this up at one point. But Simon's Swipe has a little gap right there in between each color because of the swipe mechanic. And there's 4 game modes. Actually, hold on. I can't play like this. I'm going to have to put it flat down on my floor and reposition this because this is going to be kind of frustrating. Forget if I have a high score already. If anyone wants to decipher that for me, be my guest, because I am not even going to try. I don't understand Simon ciphers. There's party, levels, extreme, and classic. I'll try levels, but if I miss a swipe, don't get mad, because I really can't from this perspective. Starting at level 1. Yeah. Twitter notifications getting in the way. Yeah. Again, this perspective, though. Yeah, you can quit out of that whenever you want. It does go insane, like double swipes, triple swipe, quadruple swipe, and U-turn. It's very cool. I'll do classic, though, because that'll be easier for me to play. From this perspective, anyway. Wait, what? Try that again. Ah. Yeah. Its shut-off animation is really cool, too. Let me wait for it. Love that. I believe the same year... Okay, the community tends to get this wrong for some unknown reason. But... if my research is accurate, which it usually is, Swipe was 2014 because Touch was 2013. During that same year, we got quite an interesting take on the button pressing formula of Simon, and arguably one of my favorites. Where are you? Where are you? There go my lights again. There you are. Almost forgot about you. Simon Micro Series! Look at how cute this thing is! Yes, I'm a guy and saying that it's cute, but still, I don't care what people say. Judge me all you want, but I don't care. Simon Micro Series is heavily based on the sound design, sound font of the Swipe. And that further proves they came out the exact same year. Not only that, but you would see an advertisement on the inside of on the back of the box of Simon Micro for the Swipe. But I'm gonna try and play this one. It does button combinations the same way that Swipe does lens combinations. And listen to this when you start it up. Fun fact, Buddy Rubino's voice was added unintentionally during the game's development. Dan Plitzner never even knew that originally, if I remember correctly. But yes, you have solo and pass it. I'm going to do solo. You'll see all the combinations, if I can get a combination to show up. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be double, triple, or all four. It's really fun. On purpose. During that same year, actually, no, I should do the mainstay first. Well, try to do the mainstay, and you'll see why. I can explain this, but knowing what I know about YouTube, I can't play it. I can go over how it works. Here's what the VA sounds like, by the way. VA just means voice actor.
Bop It beats in the house. Classic. Bop It to start.
I can show you my high scores too, I guess.
Bop It to start. High score. Classic. 263. DJ. 137. Classic.
That's the regular mode.
Classic party.
Pass it.
DJ.
Listen for a series of commands.
DJ party.
And that's pass it.
Remix.
And that's just to mess around with it.
Bop It to start.
You guys already know about how I dedicated an entire video to this thing's development.
I'm out.
Just power off. And that was something that I had a lot of fun doing. Also, this does not have a motion sensor. When it says flip it, and it registers, there is a little switch inside the mechanism of the game itself. There is no motion control. The commands are spin it, scratch it, which is just forward and back, repeat, forward and back very fast, reverse, bop it, and flip it. That's as far as I can go because copyright claims suck. That's all I can really say. Moving swiftly on, what's next? Yes, Bop It Micro Series, which is also really adorable. I love this thing so much. It's the original Bop Twist Pull formula. And for those who don't know, and a lot of people now do know, mine is not Store 23, which is the original revision number. Mine is Micro US 6, which apparently is a very rare later model of the game. I'm just going to play a little bit because it's just Bop Twist Pull, so doing like a full run or even half of a run would be redundant.
Solo. Blasting. High score 1. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Bop it. Oh! I remember my first time playing Bop It. Score 3. Bop It to start.
What is next?
I'm going to sleep.
This one is next. Almost forgot about that one. Here is Bop It New Moves. Please stop calling it Bop It Refresh or Bop It 2016. Again, with the reboot, like specifying the year of a reboot of whatever thing still pisses me off. And it's not called Refresh. Although, to be fair, it's the fan base's fault. Hasbro themselves even advertises it as Bop It New Moves. Please get your facts straight. Anyway, with that frustration out of the way, it almost looks just like the Bop It Shout. Mine's actually the Sonic clear one, which is a red handle and the rest of it is clear. Which, if you look, there's not a lot going on inside there, where the Bop It quote-unquote button is, and I'll get to why it's not a button shortly. I will try to the best of my ability to do action, because Bop It New Moves was the first out of, I believe, only 2 to have an accelerometer. Accelerometer is not a word, stupid me. Yeah, I kept calling it an accelerometer. I have no idea why. I still have no idea why. No, the proper term is accelerometer, which is why it's not a button. You hear nothing clicking. It also has motion controls. It has, like, hammer is like this, whip it is like that. It's very, very unique. It's very bizarre, but I love it.
Bop It to start. Blasting.
Yeah,
High score, 71.
very strange game.
Bop It.
In the best way,
Twist
obviously.
it. Pull it. Hammer it. Bop it. Hammer it. Twist it. Yow! Twist the thing that looks twistable. Score 6.
I messed up because I'm pretty sure Drink It was coming up next, and I can't do that on camera, because, you know, you guys wouldn't be able to see it. This Bop It also lets you know when the batteries are dying. Like, it'll say, "My batteries are running low." That was also implemented by Dan's partner at Kid Group, and that's interesting for another reason. Hold on, wait for it to go to sleep.
I'm going to sleep.
There we go. What's actually interesting about that fact, though, is the Bop It Maker, which I can't cover because it's too complicated for me to explain in context, I guess. But Bop It Maker has "my batteries are running low." It's like a different inflection. However, it exists in the game's test mode sound files, but is never used. We don't know why. What is next? Oh, I think I know what's next. Flip Slide. Yeah, Flip Slide is next. Also known as, and most people who follow me on YouTube and social media should know this, this is the game that single-handedly saved electronic gaming as a medium for me. And that's because of the disaster piece known as Silly Sausage, and I already made an entire video on that thing. That's why I'm not including it in this marathon, because I don't want to talk about it without being as angry as possible. Yes, Flip Slide is next. I'm going to try and do just like a speed mode run. I'm probably not going to get like a good time because perspective sucks.
Speed mode. Ready? Okay.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Game complete. You scored 36.6 seconds. Slide a block to play again.
Yeah, that was a very sloppy run, even for me. Interesting thing about this game, too, by the way. It was originally pitched to Hasbro, and thank God Hasbro said no. Because, given what happened with Bop It Beat's development, it could have been the same, but also out of malice, because I know exactly how Hasbro operates. Moving on. What is next? I think there's only one more thing to talk about. I think... No, there are two things to talk about. I'll go with the most hilarious one first, because no one else seems to know this exists. For the most part, it's like still a cult classic, you know, despite coming out 1 year ago. It recently restocked on Amazon for like 15 something, so grab yours. I'd say grab it now before it sells out again, because I got mine when it was announced. I was like, oh man, a new electronic game, I gotta get this. This is Furpinator. Insert obvious Inator joke here, although I'm not gonna do that because I already did that joke. Think Bop It, but with two commands. The trigger is for burps, the plunger is for farts. You ever wonder why it operates just like Bop It? Fun fact, it is a Klitzner invention. It came out last year. I'm gonna play a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. Can't do it with one hand. Cannot do it with one hand. Let me try that again. That was terrible. Did it just crash on me? I believe it still saved my high score. I don't know if it crashed. Yep, that's 100. 100 is a gigantic belch. I'll wait for it to power off. And now I can get on to the last electronic game in this retrospective thing. This is Simon Classic 2020, which I actually do have to specify the year because in that context it makes sense because this game got released twice. Let me change perspective slightly again because doing this like with the that stupid suitcase thing is kind of annoying. This will make it easier. This is the 2020 reissue of a 2016 reboot. Aesthetically, up close you would be able to tell, but from far away you would not be able to tell. Let me go over all the differences between 2016 and 2020. 2016, the button was like a grayish color, and the word Simon was white. It ran on 3 doubles as opposed to 3 triples, and it actually had grips, which was like the best part of the game for me. This one is a lot lightweight, much lighter I should say. Other than that, the exact same game. I'll play a little bit for you now. Ah! 8 points. So, overall thoughts on electronic gaming as a medium. It's definitely had a lot of ups, but also a few downs at the exact same time. What's a good entry point if you're interested in like electronic gaming in general? Probably either the Extreme 2, the Shout, New Moves, and any of the Simon games that are still in print right now. I say that because finding like vintage Simon games is a literal nightmare. But safely speaking, as a veteran, I have a lot of recommendations. Like especially Flip Slide too. Flip Slide is just the absolute best. It is a great game. There are tons of great games out there. That's why I covered all of the really good ones. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd make this little video showcasing my opinions and thoughts on electronic gaming as a medium. This is Earthworm Joe 94, signing out.